Today we're going to talk about a few of the items on the toolbar for Google Docs. First thing, when you create a document, up here at the top where it says Untitled Document, that's where you need to go in and type in what the name of your project is. So we're going to type in Toolbar so that we know that we're kind of working on toolbar activities. That way, when we go into our drive, you can look for it that way. Also, we've talked a little bit about organizing that. Right here is a folder. You can click that folder and assign where you might want it to go. So if we have a certain subject, you could put this in computers. Up here at the top, we have File. If we click that, that's where we can go and we can click where we want to share it. If we want to create a new item, open one, change the name, make a copy, those kind of things, or just completely get rid of it. We can go to Edit. You are going to love this backwards arrow of undo. So let's say you're typing and I'm going to type something in. And something happens and it deletes it. I don't want to go back and type it. I can either go back up here to the edit bar, or do you guys see this backwards arrow right here? I can click that backwards arrow and it's going to pop up. So that is important. This one, if you undid something and you want to redo it, you can put it back there. See, it took it back away. So I'm going to put that up there. This is where we have our cut, copy, and paste. So I can take those away. We'll talk about those at a later date. View, that's how it looks. We're going to look at the insert tool today. So let me take out our sentence and we're going to look at insert. So I can click an image. So if I click on image and I go here to search, let's say I want to put a puppy in. So here are my puppies. Now I have a couple of different things. Do you guys see this right here? Those are colors. Right now I can pick any color. Let's say I wanted one that was black and white. I have pictures that are all in black and white. Let's say I went to black. We have doggies that are all black. I can click white. We can click on some white puppies here. Aren't those cute? Or we can go back to the color. And when I find a picture that I want, let's say I'm going to pick this one. It kind of makes me think of one of my dogs at home. So I've clicked on it. I have my bar around there, and I'm going to click Insert. Now, as you notice, my picture is here. If I want to change, I want you to watch what happens to my toolbar when I click on my picture. Do you guys notice how my toolbar changed a little bit? So in here, I can click wrap text, and that means that the text will go around it. I kind of like that. I can position my picture. Now I made my picture smaller by clicking on the outside corner and dragging it in. I can move it around, and I've selected it. I'm going to put a border around it. So I'm going to click on this picture here, that blue, and let's see, I can make my line a little bit bigger. So that is how we can add a picture. I can click on that little circle and I can change it. So that's one of my things for inserting right there. I'm going to move it up here. I'm going to go back to my insert bar. In equation, we're not really going to use equations. That's more if we're typing out math, high school. We're going to go with high school math problems. I'm going to go back. I can close that toolbar. So you see it put a toolbar there. I'm going to click this X right here, and I'm going to take that one away. I'm going to go back to Insert. Now, I had to click off of my picture. So I'm going to go back to Insert. If you want to insert a Google drawing, which that can go here. You can create things in Draw. We're not going to talk about, some of those tools are all there. You can watch another video we have on how to use Google Draw, and you can put that in there from here. So that's pretty nice to be able to do that all at once. You can create a chart. So let's see, let's do a pie chart. So we could put different information in here, and we can figure out ways to fill in that information if we want to. I'm going to delete it, and remember, in order to delete something, I can click my delete button when it's selected. I can create a table. And it's put my picture in the middle of it, so that's why it's changed the shape. So that will give me a table. I can format my table if I want to. So I'm going to go back here. So we're going to leave, we have headers and footers, and those will be things that we talk about later. Format, that is what we're going to do. We'll have another video on how to format our words, and it's using this tool right here. We can go to tools. Now I want to show you, tools can be very important. So let's say I type in computer, and I'm going to spell it wrong. I have that. I can do Missouri. Now I want you guys to look at what happened. I spelled Missouri wrong, but it doesn't have a red underline underneath it. So because, and I've also spelled because wrong, if it doesn't look close to something, it's not going to come up with a red underline. So if I go to tools and I go to spelling, do you guys see how it's found that word? If I had a whole bunch of misspelled words, it's going to pop it up for me, and it's going to give me a suggestion right here. So I'm going to click that, and then I'm going to click change. Now Missouri didn't have an underline underneath it because it didn't recognize it as a misspelled word. So let's see. As you see, I'm trying to get another word to pop up here so you can see how it can identify it. So if it doesn't recognize it, it's not going to help you. So you can't rely on it to get all of your misspelled words. So another thing in tools is research. Let's say you are working on symbols. So do you guys see how I have this over here? It says research. I'm going to type in symbols, and that would be written up on the board. So it's going to pop up different symbols. Well, let's put in US symbols so we give it a little bit more of what we're looking for. Now, when we use this, it's going to give us, I can pull this down, I can do pictures. I'm going to click this arrow right here, and we want everything. So do you guys see how the G right here, that means everything. If I just wanted pictures, I can click on images if I wanted quotes or tables. So we're going to use everything. Now, if I click on a picture, let's watch what happens in research. It's going to take me to that, where that is over there. So if I want to find out more about it, if I want to pull this over, it's going to pull it over. And if you notice right down here at the bottom, it has a little 1. So one of the things you guys learn in library is how to tell where you got your information from. So this one, if you look down at the bottom, it comes down to the bottom and it tells me where I got my information. Now let's say I wanted to go to an article. We're going to go to this one. I can click on this. It's going to open it up, and I can say, oh, that's got everything on it. So I want to come back to my paper, and I'm going to insert my link. Do you guys see it right here? And I'm going to hit enter so it comes on its own. I probably should say where I got that from. So I'm going to, if I click the word site, it tells me where I got that link and where that link is going to go to. So we're going to work on, I want you guys to practice using that research tool. So that is how you use the insert and the tools toolbar.